What's going on, guys? Welcome to Swap Suite. This channel, we basically talk about financial education. We talk a lot about options trading in specific, everything about options trading. I'm really just giving a lot of strategy, giving a lot of ideas out on when you're trading options, things to look out for, and you know, trying to help everyone with their process when it comes to options trading, and then as well as personal finance. I will be dropping videos sooner or later about like personal finances and stuff like that because options trading is really something that is ideal to start doing once you have your personal finances together as well as far as like not being in any debt, any credit card debt, talking about good debt versus bad debt, talking about just basically how to structure your life so that you can have the best go at it for learning options and becoming successful in that. That way you can take your trading and you can level up, go up to the next level when it comes to options trading. So the number one reason why a lot of people start trading options is because of the fact that um, one, they like the idea that you can trade from wherever you are as long as you have Wi-Fi and a computer, basically, right? And two, it gives you time freedom, right? You can trade from anywhere. You don't have to worry about your boss per se or having someone looking over your or anything like that. It's basically like an entrepreneurship endeavor. Three, it's like low cost, like low startup cost, so you don't have to. Obviously, you still have to have money. I wouldn't say. I think originally people think it is low startup cost, but um, you still have a lot of money that you have to actually put in to be successful. Not at the beginning because you're just learning, but once you actually start understanding what you're doing, um, the more you put in, the more you can get out, and being able to manage your risk and everything like that. So, and three, like it's a skill that you learn for a lifetime, right? Once you know how to trade, once you become a successful trader, it doesn't mean that you're going to stop learning or going to stop going on the journey on the process, but it gets easier and easier as time goes, right? And that's the same thing that I've come to realize, even though I'm still in the beginning phases, I would say to myself, but I like to document. I like to kind of review my trades. So that's exactly what we're doing today. Transitioning into that, we're going to be reviewing today's trade. Today is June 24th, and this is SPY right now. This was the trade that I took on SPY. I'm going to go ahead and remap it and redraw it. So I believe I entered right here. Um, and we're probably gonna make our stop loss like right here. All right, so this is essentially the trade for today for me, which is like crazy. Look at this upside, which was insane. I didn't even expect this to happen, but sometimes. So I was doing sales before, and what sales taught me was like sometimes if you're just around for long enough, or if you just knock enough doors, you're bound to roll into sales, right? You're just bound to roll into um, getting a sale and getting the commission, right? Same thing with trading. I think the same thing with anything that you do. If you're around for long enough, you're bound to get lucky and do. I feel like this was a little bit lucky, but obviously it still takes skill to manage your risk and everything like that, right? So this was the trade for today, and I'm just gonna go ahead and review this, just like what you guys saw for the title of this video. I'm reviewing a really good trade and a really bad trade, just so you guys can see um, what I'm talking about when I say really good versus bad trade. What I mean is that management. How did you manage your trade, right? Um, I feel like my second trade was a good management. So it would be an average trade. It wasn't like a bad trade. I didn't make a terrible trade, but it was still not the best management of it. This one wasn't the best management either, honestly, but I was still able to be, profitable on it. So let's get right into it. I'll show you guys exactly how I got into this trade and what indicators and stuff like that I saw. So I'm trading strictly based off price action. I'm just looking at what's going on today in the market and doing that, right? So essentially, first what I saw was this was this right here was the high of the day. If I go onto my 5 minute chart, this is basically what I see. So we'll go back to the day on the 5 minute chart. We see that I'm drawing basically zones because we see that price, both sellers and buyers agreed that they did not want to push price lower than this point at this specific point in time. So I go ahead and draw that out as like a zone for the day. And I'm trading major demand, which this would be a demand zone, and the higher would be supply, right? Because price doesn't, buyers and sellers agree that they didn't want to take price any higher, so they've reached maximum capacity, which is called supply, right? So earlier in the day, we had a supply zone right here that was created. So boom, I'm gonna go ahead and draw that out because we had this was the major supply zone at this time at 9:40 in the day based off the 5 minute chart, right? And then what I like to do is I go right back in and then I'll go back onto the 5 minute, the 1 minute chart, right? And if I go on the 1 minute chart, I'm able to see clearly here that what do we see here? We see that we did have a zone that was created here. We had a zone that was created here. My objective is to kind of like catch like a breakout per se, but it's not like necessarily a breakout. It's just a um, major supply or major demand breakout. That's what I call it, major supply or major demand breakout. So we came down, we didn't, and we created this zone. So I wouldn't, if this was going to be a breakout, I wouldn't have gotten into it because, again, there was no zone created at the time, right? But there was a zone on the upside, and we saw that price kind of shot past it and it closed. That's the key thing here. It closed above here. If it had closed above this previous supply zone, like with like even up here, I would have still gotten into this trade. Now, mind you, it closed here, which was a little bit further away than I wanted to get in. I think I got it like right here actually. It closed here, which was a little bit further away than I had wanted to get in. But I know we got close, so in my head, I'm like, okay, we're gonna go a little bit higher because look at this candle, look at the previous candles. It looks like a bullish day. We cleared this zone, which zones are supposed to be sticky, so they're supposed to be bouncing in a range on these zones. But right here, you can see that this was a false supply. Now it's actually like demand. Um, maybe all of this area is demand. So there was demand here at this specific point in time, right? So um, these are like confirmations, um, and I'm going with the trend. Obviously, at this point, I'm going with the trend. So those are all like, okay, this is something I should be getting into. Now, if I zoom in, you can see that price did go as low as here. Why didn't I get in as low as here? Well, I don't know. Tell active trader that today that's what kind of happened to me. I was trying to get in, but I tried it on my phone. I tried it on active trader. It didn't really feel me. I ended up getting in up here, which is way higher than what I like would like, and I thought like at this point, dang, like I kind of missed this move. Did I get in too high? But then I was like, okay, this candle was a really, long candle, and plus the second one closed as well, so we may be going up and closing. So I kind of got in. So not the best like entry. I didn't have the best entry, but sometimes you just gotta get in. Like you just gotta get in. Like stop worrying about it. But worrying is the reason why you are profitable and why you're not profitable, right? So I got into this right here at this point, right around here. And my golden rule is if a stock is going higher and higher and it doesn't give you a reason to get out, don't get out. If there's no reason to get out, don't get out. So at this point there's no reason to get out. It came as slow as here. Still didn't give me no reason to get out. Boom. And it shot up. Didn't give me a reason to get out. So these two candles gave me a reason to get out. So I got out of like about 80%, 80 or 90% of my contracts here, right? But I still had a few left, right? Came up, blah blah, got shook in here, so it gave me a little reason to get out. Boom. But the main reasons to get out, and I think I held it all the way up here. And then this came down 1, 2, 3. I should have gotten out here with this third one, right? And if you go up, you can actually have drawn out that this supply zone. You could have actually drawn it out if you go look at um, previous price action, right? We got all the way up to here, and if you go on the 5-minute chart, you'll see it. Oh, let's go back. If you go up to the 5-minute chart, you'll see that there was previous supply here in this area. Maybe it was the 15-minute chart. See, this is the thing about it. You really have to do analysis. You really have to look at these things. Yeah, it was right up here. Right. There was supply. Let's go into the 30-minute. You can see that there's resistance here, right? There's resistance here. So this could be a demand or this could be a supply, right? So let's just, if you keep going up, you can see more clearly the higher time frames that there is resistance. There is resistance here. And this is what I should have looked at earlier. I looked at it way too late, but there is resistance all up here, right? This was today, and this was as high as it went. I could have drew this out. You know what I mean? Let's keep going. 4-hour chart. Clear resistance. 1-day chart. I think the daily chart showed it the best. Right here. So on the daily chart, you could see as high, the high of the day was yesterday's opening. So it came all the way up to yesterday's open. So if I draw that out, yesterday's open, so if I was to draw this out, right, because this was literally, it tapped yesterday's open and went right back down. So if I go back to the 1-minute chart, look at that. Literally you should know to start scaling out or getting out here. That's how precise that was, which is wild. It's wild. But yeah, I basically just scaled out. Um, so that was that trade. I'm gonna go back on the other my main chart and show you how exactly how it was. So this is the main chart that I took the trade off of, and yeah. So again, this was supposed to be my entry here, or even lower here, but I ended up taking it here, which was, oh yeah, I took it way higher. So, and I put my stop loss here. My stop loss should have been here. So this was a big risk, but based off candle size, I went ahead and took it anyways. I should have been taking profit here. You know what I mean? But I ended up taking profit here. Took 90 here. I left some runners, and I took some runners here, and I exited the trade here, and I had one more runner, which was bad, but that's basically how this trade went for me. So now we're gonna go over one more trade, which was Meta that I took earlier today, which wasn't the best trade. So I want to show you guys, give you guys, good examples. One for one here, this was kind of overbought. Now that I'm looking at it and just kind of reviewing, this right here was kind of overbought. But trying to take I'm trying to take Meta here, and it crossed the 9 or the 8 EMA. That could have been, really good indicator. Came up, failed. I ended up getting out here, which was in a bad way to exit because at least I followed my stop loss and I got out. I was a little bit out of my stop loss. We crossed VWAP. So for all of those reasons, I needed to get out. But you have to have a solid plan, like a solid reason. You know, as you can see, I saved myself a lot of headache, a lot of time, and a lot of money by just getting out early. So sometimes your best decision is to get out. I should have gotten out here where it uh, failed to come back up, to go back into the my green or go break even. So those are things that we all struggle with daily. But one thing that I come to realize is when it comes to trading, guys, every single day you have a choice to positively or negatively affect your account, right? Only you can make the decision to get out of the trade that's not working or stay into a trade that is working or get into a trade that is working. Only you can make that decision, and make sure you have right reasons, more reasons for it to go right than more reasons than for it to go wrong, right? So those are my two trades for today, and that was my analysis on it. And yeah, that's that. If you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel. There will be more videos being posted. Um, Share this video with your friends so it can, you know, push up in the algorithm. And also subscribe to this channel most definitely. If you haven't, let's take a pause and yeah, let you guys subscribe. Go ahead, subscribe. And yeah, there'll be way more videos out here. Let me know what type of video, what type of content you guys like. Comment in the comment section below what you guys thought about this. Did I do a good analysis? Did I not? Um, and yeah, I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Um, yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.